Our town hall discussion now turns to symbols and messages. We asked the head of the Omaha NAACP about the significance of removing statues and lowering Confederate flags.
It is important, and I guess we appreciate the gesture, but what really needs to be done is an intentional effort to not just take down the flag, to not just replace these statues, but when it comes time for people of color to apply for jobs, when it comes to people of color looking to secure their first homes as homeowners, when it comes time for people of color to run for office, the question is, will the community stand by and allow others to take their place, or will they step up and speak up and speak out in support of policies that help support homeownership for not just Black people, but when it comes time for women to apply, for women to run for office, for women to become homeowners, where will that support come from?
Tony Conner, Tony Espejo, minority officers are having to deal with their dual identities. You're a cop and a minority at the same time. Are there resources to make sure that you feel understood, or that you feel okay about moving forward in this climate?
I mean, I'm a product of North Omaha. I was born in 45th and Fort, played basketball at St. Richards, and went to McMillan at Central Park before the Army took us outside of Omaha. But there is moments when you, as a Black officer, you feel like it's that much more difficult policing in the Black community when you show up just doing your job, you're trying to enforce the law, and you're called a bunch of names or like Uncle Tom, sellout, different things like that. So it makes our job that much tougher. But one thing I will say though is, I personally, and I'm a product of the hip hop generation, I always say that those are just haters, and let's move past the haters and let's focus on doing what's right. Some of the things that Tony Espejo has started with PACE, just keep building those relationships.
Tony Espejo, do you feel supported as a minority officer?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, like Mr. Conner acknowledged, but for me, I'm from the neighborhood. I speak the language, and whether you're African American or a Latino, I mean, it's kind of the same situation, right? Or you're from those same neighborhoods, and what I see though at PACE is a different perspective, because the kids are so unbiased, right? Here's this officer, female or male, giving up their time away from their family to come help me.
How do we encourage people to take part in important but sometimes uncomfortable conversations?
Part of what you're doing right now, I think that we have to have more conversations though between the people who are at the, neighborhoods or grassroots level and our elected officials. I think that when we talk about politicians, myself included, we have to stop dismissing every voice that doesn't fit the our narrow comfort zones. We talk a lot about comfort zones. To me, that's not leadership. That's kind of like arrogance and laziness. So we need to be able to, provide those platforms. And as far as, I say to providing opportunity for discussion, but follow up that discussion, like Tony said, with action. Let's move policy. We still have to talk about closing that racial wealth gap. We have to talk about eliminating inequities in public school. We have to talk about employment and earnings gaps. And of course, we've already been talking about punitive policing, but offering moments for conversation, recognizing that people have the power and including them in that conversation, then pushing it forward with policy.
Coming up, what Omaha's chief of police says he'll take from this discussion and the messages others want you to hear. Our Project Community Town Hall continues.